नाज़रीन अस्सलाम वालेकुम। वतन से दूर हम वतनों के साथ आपका मेज़बान इत्शाम नकवी हाजिर है। आज का प्रोग्राम हमने कुछ मुख्तलिफ ज़ावियों से देखते हुए वक्त की नज़ाकत को और हमारी ज़रूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए महीने में एक मरतबा हमने अंग्रेज़ी में प्रोग्राम लाने की कोशिश की है। ये प्रोग्राम जो आज पेश किया जा रहा है वो स्काउटिंग के मुतालिक होगा और हमारे दरमियान इस वक्त जो मेहमान हैं उनका ताल्लुक़ बॉय स्काउट्स ऑफ अमेरिका से है और हमारे इस्लामिक स्काउटिंग से है। चंद सेकंड के बाद मैं इस प्रोग्राम को बाकायदगी के साथ इनॉग्रेशन करा रहा हूँ, जिसको टेलीफोन पर मौजूद नेशनल चेयरमैन बॉय स्काउट्स ऑफ अमेरिका मौजूद हैं और उनसे मैं दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि वो इस प्रोग्राम को स्टार्ट करें। नाज़रीन, डियर व्यूअर, टू ड्रीम anything that you want to dream, that's the beauty of the human mind. To do anything that you want to do, that is the strength of human will. To trust yourself, to test your limits, that is the courage to succeed. Tonight I am going to achieve the result of the dream come true. We all need to pray for one another and to love one another. We should always pray for the safety, peace, love, and brotherhood for people all over the world. Too bad we can't have an Independence Day for the entire world, a day of freedom for ignorance, hatred, war, illusion, power, and control. A day where we can all love each other as a human being and toss away the weapons of war and cast out our fears and hatred from our hearts into the graves. We must mourn the graves of the innocents all over the world and give the children of the world the hope of the peaceful, loving, and beautiful world. A world full of love and without hatred, of fear, a world where we can join hands together and accept one another regardless of our skin's color, ethnic divisions, religion, or nationality. If we don't unite as a human race, then we have condemned the future generation of children a dark and very grim future. Think of love, compassion, and peace always. My prayer for peace and harmony. Merciful God, you made all of the people of the world in your own image and placed before us the pathway of salvation through different preachers who claim to have been your saints and prophets. But the contradiction made by us in the interpretation of your teaching have resulted in creating division, faith-based hatred, and bloodshed in the world community. Millions of innocent men and women and children have so far been brutally killed by the militant of several religions who have been committed horrifying crimes against humanity, and millions more would not be butchered by them in the future. Oh God, if you guide and help us find ways to reunite peacefully, there is no doubt in our mind that we can't have peace. At this moment, we are associated an organization which has members over 25 million youth, adults, boys, girls, young and old. We assure you have worked hard to achieve this goal in our lifetime. That's only thing we say we will try. Let's ask our guest who is on the telephone calling from the National Headquarters Boy Scouts of America. He is the National Chairman of Religious Relationship Committee, and I welcome Chip Turner to open this wonderful roundtable of Messenger of Peace. Chip, you are on the line.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Saeed. What a pleasure it is to be with you. And congratulations on this very forward-thinking and positive experience to join leaders together so we might reach more children, youth, and families, and that we all may build a better world together. On behalf of the Religious Relationships Committee of the Boy Scouts, I first of all congratulate you on a very visionary program, and also bring you greetings from all who serve on that committee. One of the things that we look forward to moving forward as the Boy Scouts of America is involving more youth in the program. The Chief Scout Executive, Wayne Brock, recently said that we must serve more youth. We must keep our programs relevant to the youth of today and tomorrow.
Amen.
We must deliver what we promise. Our measure of our success must be viewed through a single question. Does it make a difference in the life of a child? And I know that's what you're about. It's what we're all about, to make a difference in the lives of Scouts and their families all across America, in your local council, and even in the world. So I assure you that as the Boy Scouts of America are in the process of formulating a new growth plan, we very much want the Islamic Committee on Scouting to be involved in that, issue you an invitation to be involved in that, and we'll be talking more about that in the upcoming national annual meeting. But you're an important part of what we're trying to accomplish. We believe in your mission, and we want to support you. I congratulate you on reaching this stage in the program. It's an important one. And I want to assure you that as you meet tonight and the times to come, you'll be very much in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you for your vision to do this. Thank you for encompassing Scouts all across this country. And I just know this is going to be a tremendous success. So, Saeed, to you and all your committee, I want to say a sincere congratulations and assure you that we are supportive of your effort.
Thank you, Chip. You are welcome to stay as long as you want, and you can come back and forth. You are most welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
Dear viewer, that was a message on the telephone from the National Chairperson of the Religious Relationship Committee of the Boy Scouts of America. And in the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, look with compassion on the whole human family. Take away the controversial teaching of the different religion and the different cult. Islamic Council on Scouting and the National Islamic Committee on Scouting, Boy Scouts of America, are providing resources of its members through Al-Mahdi TV to join their members the monthly meeting for the communication with directly to the members of the Boy Scouts of America, as well as the Muslim Scouting volunteers, leaders, and Boy Scouts professional, to share importance of the Scouting program to especially the Muslim community youth and viewers of the TV. I will quote, "Caring can be learned by all human beings, can be worked into the design of every life, meeting an individual need as well as a perversity need to the society. And an anchor and host, I have done in a past various talk show over a year on the channel Al-Mahdi TV on various interesting subjects such as cultural, civics, religion, but all focus on peace. Islamic Council on Scouting, a North American organization which affiliated to the World Islamic Committee as well as the Boy Scouts of America nationally, has arranged through this TV channel to donate some airtime for Islamic Scouting. We are very much thankful to the management of this channel to air one episode every month for this great organization. Once a month regularly, starting from today, and for current month, hopefully we have the continue for the another council. We have chosen your council because my dear veteran scout leader Saath, who is a dedicated scout leader, and he promised me to open the channels to the Muslim community. He is well known in the Islamic community. Is a long introduction but I will give you the copy and not take time from the viewer. Um, Dear viewer, next to me on my left, the Bill from the Religious Relationship Committee of the Monmouth County Council. And on my right, the great professional and Lee Marconi. He is a Scout Executive and CEO for this merger council. The New Jersey state has 4 Boy Scouts professional councils, and we started the Monmouth County because our best troop is in that council, and the best scout master is with us, and he is the best in the religious relationship, and he is holding the chairman position of the religious emblem. So, the gentlemen, I welcome you on behalf of my program and the program for the scouting, and please comfortable, and we are going to ask a few questions, and I hope we will get some answer back. As I mentioned that you are a professional.
That's right, sir.
Yes. Give me a little bit introduction. How long you been in the professional assignment, and is this the first council, or do you have any experience with the Islamic centers? Could you please?
Sure, I'd be happy to. And again, thank you for hosting us tonight. And we're really excited to be here to talk about scouting. So just briefly, my background: I do serve as Scout Executive for Monmouth Council. And we serve nearly 10,000 scouts and leaders all throughout Monmouth County, New Jersey, and now in addition to that, southern Middlesex County here in New Jersey. And we do own and operate 2 scout camps, our outdoor education facilities. So we're very proud of the work that's being done by all of our leaders here in Monmouth Council. And I have had the privilege to serve in 5 Scout councils as an executive. I started in 1989 working in the Penn Mountains Council in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And I now have been serving here in Monmouth Council since 2005 as Scout Executive. And like I said, we have many points of pride with the scouting programs here. And we're very excited to begin serving even more and more youth and families in our Islamic communities. We now have 3 scouting units, 2 Cub Scout packs, 1 Boy Scout troop, and Safet will share all the great news happening with Troop 114, and we're soon to be organizing a new Boy Scout troop this summer in Keansburg, where we have our pack, and so we're serving nearly 150 scouts now in the Islamic community in Monmouth Council, and growing.
You know, as a nationally, the directly involved with the Islamic Center and the mosque, over 2,000 Muslims are registered. Mm-hmm. But there is a different unit which is run by the different denomination. Those figure is almost the same.
Yes.
So we are looking this year, by the end of this year, at least we touch the 5.
Very good. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
That's what we're aiming for as well.
Thank you. And the reason we choose this Monmouth County first on our this new adventure program, roundtables every month with the Scout leaders, because our best unit you are inherited with the merger.
We're very
Take care of my.
Yes, we're very excited.
We're hopeful that we will work towards the best. There's a verse in the Quran which says, "Sayr," which means to run with each other and compete with each other in all things that are good and towards God's mercy. So in that type of competition, there's no losers. Everybody's a winner. So we're looking forward to fine-tuning some of our scout skills and our scout trainings and our bureaucratic processes within the troop to make sure that, we're able to become a more efficient and effective troop. But we are when we started the troop, we were officially, and the Central New Jersey Council at that time, before it merged into the Monmouth Council, informed us that, according to their research, we were the first official Muslim Boy Scout troop established
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey. So we do have that title, and we're trying to live up.
As long as nobody else claimed that you are the first.
So we do have that title and that dubious honor and responsibility
Yes.
to sort of like be a trailblazer with respect to the Muslim community. That being said, Muslims, young men, have always been involved in scouting here in the United States and abroad. There are estimates that 1/3 of the scouts worldwide are actually Muslim scouts from Muslim countries. But many individual scouts belong to other troops, and they were welcomed in those troops as brothers, and allowed and encouraged to express their commitments to God in their own special way. By their brothers from other faith traditions. But they were one or two individual scouts in different troops around the area. So Muslims have been a part of scouting for a long time. If you remember last month, we had one of those scouters here, Dawood Esad, in Elizabeth, New Jersey in 1956.
56, yes.
56 or 58.
Yes.
He was a den master in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and his son, he was a Palestinian Muslim, and his son was a member of the pack, and then later went on to become a troop member. So, but that was not a Muslim pack. It was registered officially as a Muslim troop or a Muslim pack. So we're hopeful to continue in that proud tradition and develop it further. The other thing I would like to mention is sometimes when they do calculations on numbers, and Boy Scouts is very famous for the way in which they are professionally able to capture statistics. But one of the ways in which they capture statistics is that in order for a troop or a pack to be counted as being a religious troop or pack, they need to be registered by a religious institution.
Right.
For example, our troop is registered actually by an educational institution. It's a parochial Muslim school, Nur Ali School, and as such, technically, it doesn't fit that requirement of being a house of worship as being the registering organization, although it is a Muslim Boy Scout troop. So I think if you take that into consideration, the numbers that you mentioned earlier might be even a little bit higher.
Yes, I think that's a part of the early registration problem. As you know, you're a professional. I know a little bit history. There's number 36. If you don't put that one, this go to schools. And that was happened with the Ilimani school. This Islamic school, this Islamic is sponsored next to the mosque.
Right.
But the DE or somebody put different code number.
Okay.
So nobody can change except the scout executive.
Yes, I think we can accommodate that. Yes.
Okay, allow me to ask Bill and welcome him also, because Bill, it was a first meeting with you on invitation of Lee, and I attained the meeting, and I feel like I've known you long time. And,
I went home that evening, and my wife asked me how it went, and I said I met wonderful scouters, and because we immediately bonded.
Yes.
We had so much in common, and so much that we agreed so strongly, and I was so excited about this evening because, as Lee knows, I chaired the strategic plan for Monmouth Council, which will take us to our 2017, which is the 100th anniversary of the founding of Monmouth Council. Now, 2017 was not that many years from 1910, 1917. It's only 7 years after scouting was formed. And a lot of scouting history is in Monmouth County. Over half of the scout uniforms were made in a factory in Red Bank for 40-some years. A lot of people don't even know that. It's a theater site now. There's a lot of deep scouting in Monmouth County. But my lessons as a scout were so much reinforcing the beliefs that we hold so jointly together, so strongly together, that it has made scouting, as I've gotten older, richer for me as an individual. And I was just ecstatic when I found that we had this excellent Muslim troop, because to me, scouting belongs in every house of worship. And every house of worship ought to have scouting as a key part of their family and youth development within their religion. And we have many troops the troop in our church has been sponsored for 78 years. But it's the community troop.
I think
And-
your father was also involved in scouting.
Yes. My
See, I
father's-
make the research.
Yes. My father's an Eagle Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout. My two brothers, my son. And then I find out many years later, my mother just off the cuff says, "Oh, and my three brothers were Eagle Scouts." And it's like, okay, that's very strange. But scouting was literally my life as a boy, and actually, I've got more out of it as an adult leader. Every time I've been in another position, I've
Let me ask another question. You are a member of the executive board,
Yes,
and you are heading the religious relationship committee.
it was a
direct involvement.
recommendation from the strategic plan
Okay.
that occurred.
And if I remember, the Mammoth Council received twice the religious relationship some award or something.
Well, we did receive it last year, Syed.
Okay.
Yes, we
Yes.
did. Yep.
Because I'm in the national, so I know.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Now, since you are meeting daily different walk of life, and especially when your relationship, did ever came in your mind that you are going to invite some Islamic people in the committee, or I can read your mind and you see your face when I saw you. You are excited, but I want to hear from you, and I want to share with my viewer.
My wish as an adult scouter, and a scout for basically my whole life, since I was 8 years old, is that scouting grows everywhere, in every family, and that it is centered for the youth, the scout, and their family within their growth within their religion. It is a core value that allows us to aspire to the peace that Baden-Powell foresaw when he created scouting. One of his guiding thoughts and desires was scouting worldwide would, through the development of the boys into scouts and then adult
Can I take the call?
scouters.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Yes,
My name is Hadiya Zara from New Jersey,
yes.
and my question is, who was the first scout to start scouting?
Sir Lord Baden-Powell.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you the Boy Scouts or Cub Scout?
I'm a Girl Scout.
Okay, Girl Scout. And may I ask you, are you involved in the religious emblem program?
Yes.
Did you receive, which medal you received it?
What?
Which award you received from the religious emblem?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for calling.
Actually, Baden-Powell's wife, Lady Baden-Powell, was the president of the Girl Scouts Association in England for many, many years. They basically paralleled his endeavors, but for the girls. Again, citizenship, religious development, personal development, learning to be a better person. And so, very interesting how they dovetail.
I mean, one of the interesting connections for me in a little of the research that I did prior to working on developing our troop and going through the training necessary, along with the other adult leaders to make the troop become a reality, was that Baden-Powell's interaction with actually Muslims goes back also a very, very long way.
Right.
Initially in the form of a representative of his nation as a military leader, of course, being England, in the Boer Wars in Africa. But many of the tribes that he was engaged with were actually Muslim tribes. And it was very interesting that, war is a horrible thing, but in the process of war, there was sort of a respect that was developed for the ways in which the tribes that he saw in Africa, and once again, quite a few of them were Muslim, had found to allow their boys to become young men. And he sort of was watching their coming of age ceremonies and began to think about this and develop this for the quote unquote civilized world that he had come from, the world of the Queen. And a lot of the rituals and a lot of the ideas of advancement and skill sets that the Scouts developed were in some ways imported, appropriated to fit into the world system of Scouting that he later developed. So I think that that type of respect is there. And I remember one of the statements that he made was that when he asked about religion and Scouting, he had a blank stare. He said, "What do you mean religion and Scouting? It doesn't come in at all." And this was shocking for people. What do you mean it doesn't come in at all? It doesn't come in at all because it's the fundamental factor that underlies all there is about Scouting. And when they pressed him about what religion, he said all religion. And at the very first meeting at Brownsea Island, I understand that he made a deliberate effort to ensure that people from other faith traditions were able to carry out their rituals. There's a Hindu practice, if I remember correctly, that involved troops from India that had joined them. And there was also a Muslim practice that took place a couple of years later during the interfaith religious parts of the program of Brownsea Island, which was the original training area. So this idea that religious principle is not only necessary but sort of integral to everything that is part of Scouting is something that is very important. And secondly, that there is a tremendous commonality of all faith traditions that they bring to the table, that are part of them, that they share. And Scouting, I think, allows this to be brought out in a practical way. Not in a theological discussion between ministers and imams, but amongst real people having real conversation and real appreciation through witnessing to one another about their faith traditions, and then working together in different projects and activities that allow their brotherhood to be
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yes.
My name is Ariza, and my question is that why are you not wearing a uniform and everybody is?
Well, that's a good question. I'm ashamed, but let me give you the answer. Today I'm wearing the hat as an anchor and the host by the Al Mahdi TV. Although I am born as a Scout when I was 7 years old, and since that, still I'm wearing the uniform. And next time you will see me in uniform. Okay, promise.
Okay, and you look good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I really like your program.
Thank you very much. I love you. Thank you.
And what should I do to be a Girl Scout?
If you leave the telephone number after 1 hour, I will send you all the information for the Girl Scout program, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That would be great.
Special. Safed, while you give the very good rundown to the Baden Powell and they have the he feel, because a lot of question from the Islamic community this arise that this is the organization which is not the Muslim organization. So there was a barrier in the beginning. I'm running for the 35 years, this barrier all the time, these questions. And I answered the same thing. The Lord Baden Powell is a smart guy. And every smart guy, look at the Gandhi. He always pray for the peace. Mandela, all these people is for the peace. So the Scouting is wonderful peace program. And now globally, over the 28 million Scouts committed for as a messenger of peace to become the ambassador of peace. So this is the best time for you that you share with our viewer. Those are the Pakistani, Indian, and Bangladesh, and all these community, the Muslim community, basically throughout the world, but is basically in this neighborhood. Give them idea what are the difficulty or what are the quick things to start the Scout program in their neighborhood. Very 1, 2, 3 in 2 seconds.
1, 2, 3 in 2 seconds.
No, I'm kidding. In presence of the professional one.
Place your zip code into the BSA national website, and they will put you in touch with the council in your area that can guide you along the steps that you need. And secondly, within your own religious community, within the mosque itself, approach the imam, you'll actually, if you do a brief survey, you'll find that either here or abroad, there are people in your community that were scouts, maybe Eagle Scout, maybe in some other position. So they already have an understanding and a sense of what scouting is about. And if they're in a leadership position within the community, all the better. So 2-track. 1, find your local council. They will help to guide you in the steps you need to take. You just put your zip code into the BSA National website. I don't remember the exact location.
Beascout.org.
Beascout.org.
www.beascout.org.
And just put the zip code in, and it will put you in touch with the council. The council is very helpful in terms of providing the training that is necessary. I mean, one of the big questions that came up, because I wasn't a scout as a child, can you do it? And the answer is absolutely. Boy Scouts of America and the program that Baden Powell originally set up breaks things down so that if you just go through and you're all thumbs like me, and all thumbs used to be a bad thing, now it's a good thing with the cell phones, but all thumbs used to be a bad thing, you begin to learn very quickly through the book, and you learn with the scouts as they're doing it and developing it, that you can teach all of these types of programs and the skill sets that are necessary. So it's a very user-friendly program, and the council provides tremendous resources, local council, to help you out. So in a nutshell, contact your local council, find members of the community who are involved in scouting. Hopefully they're also in leadership positions, and the rest will be history.
Yeah, actually, I brought a nice lead in, but I actually brought a copy of the 1920 Scoutmaster's Handbook. And as you read through it, there's a few things that are different because obviously there was no internet or anything like that. But fundamentally, bringing boys and families into scouting, making them scouts and scouters, it's all here. And as you go through the training today, the basics are the same. It's a wonderful read because it's like you get an aha moment through the entire process. And as you read every bit of it, it's always focused on the boy and the family growing as individuals and as a unit within their community and their religious organization. And it doesn't say a religion, it says their religion. And it's fundamentally throughout the entire text. And there's actually a section that talks about the chartered organization, why a house of worship, a mosque, really ought to have scouting in their program.
One of the things, Brother Say, that I try to address to the communities is that the idea and practice actually of scouting, before it was called scouting, was an idea that was practiced by holy people of all faith traditions. Jesus goes into the desert for so many days. Moses goes onto the mountain, to receive the commandments. Prophet Muhammad goes to the mountain to receive the connection. And they don't go for one day, they go for extended. That's camping. That's scouting. Yeah. And in the process, they become enriched spiritually and reach certain levels in which they're able to interact with the divine at a whole new level and then provide that information to us. So this idea of being
and if you take out the word outing from the SC, only SC scout exists.
I love camping.
But it's really intertwined, and let alone all the benefits of being within the natural setting and connecting to God's creation in that way.
And you probably have experience as a scoutmaster, and I did many times, and have continue. A boy will go to summer camp for a week, and he'll come back as scout. And I don't know how many times parents have stopped me and said, "What did you do to my son?" We didn't do anything. The experience of being in God's creation, detached from all the hardware and electronics and things that they get caught up in, and really living within that environment.
That's right.
And having fun.
Yeah, we see that not only for a couple of days.
What did you do?
A couple of days at camp, or even a weekend outing, but particularly at our summer camp programs when scouts are out for a week camping and learning about leadership skills, working on their badges, enjoying the outdoors, enjoying their service to God. And we've also seen this tremendously when scouts travel to the high venture bases across the United States, like Philmont Scout Ranch.
I am getting the message from my chairperson of the religious relationship. Say, talked about the membership. Tell me how to, not that I don't know, but I wanted to, the viewer and you are roundtable coordinator. And inshallah, every month,
No, well, that's a different issue.
first Tuesday, we will run this roundtable.
Yeah, I think
And
it's a wonderful,
we'll
wonderful.
bring information to the community step by steps that how the National Islamic Committee formed, how you get involved, how this religious relationship activities from the different councils, how we can work. We'll talk again and again. But let me ask Safed and leave with you. If I'm the Islamic Center, and I wanted to start the program, and he mentioned that put on the zip code and says, I'm lazy, I don't want to put that one. And your DE or Scout is running on the street, you saw the Islamic Center. How are you going to approach and you tell what to do, what not to do? Share with this dialogues and
Sure. Well, I can share that.
Yes.
Our membership committees comprised of dedicated volunteers in each of our districts, in each of our councils.
And you can jump.
Assalamu alaikum. We have the Al-Mahdi Foundation and Al-Mahdi TV New Jersey location. I'm sorry we are unable to answer the...
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I missed the call. Yes. Anyway.
Well, just to pick up, our membership committees, dedicated volunteers, working closely with our executive staff members. We are regularly looking at communities and areas of our districts and councils that are not being serviced properly with scouting, where we can grow the scouting program.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
जी कौन सा बोल रहे हैं?
This is Ustad Khalifa calling. Can you hear me?
Yes, brother Khalifa, this is Syed. Welcome on the program.
Oh, mashallah.
Yes.
It's like you're talking. I'm looking at you talking live.
Yes, I told you that we are on live today.
Yes. I just want to first of all tell you, Jazakallah khairan for giving me and my wife the invitation to participate in this.
You're
And
welcome.
It's very wonderful and beautiful what you're doing and how everyone else is doing.
Brother Khalifa, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from I'm in the house right now.
No, but where? Which state?
Oh, I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
Very good, very good. And I believe that you are involved in the scouting already. I saw your
Yes, I am. And
document.
I just, while you was online on the television,
Oh, okay, okay.
I just sent an email to Ernest Espinosa, who's the director here,
yes.
Boy Scouts in Chicago, Illinois.
Well, Brother Khalifa, thank you very much. Welcome, and inshallah, God willing, we will work together. And we need everybody in the community to help the scouting, to get the more youth involved for the future leadership. Thank you for calling, and we'll talk again.
Look forward to seeing you on the trail.
That's right. Well, so just back to membership and growing scouting, which is our top priority in the Boy Scouts of America.
What is 3 M's?
The 3 M's? Well, that would be.
You tell me, then I'll tell.
The 3 M's is an acronym we use for membership growth, manpower development, volunteer development, and money, funding. It certainly does take funding to provide a quality scouting program.
How I understand when I was in Area 5 meeting, 3 M's, Safed, Mormon, Muslim, Methodist. We all the three together.
Oh, that's a different 3 M's. That's different.
And many more. Fourth man, many more.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
And many more, yes.
That's right. But we work closely with our membership committees, and we look at our towns and our communities and areas where scouting is not so strong, and where we can grow and partner with schools or with religious institutions and other organizations to deliver the scouting program. In Monmouth Council, we certainly see the future as growing in diversity, serving and reaching families and communities that have not historically been served in scouting. We believe that's a very critical component of the future of Monmouth Council, and I think scouting as a whole, reaching and serving families who and communities that we may not have been doing so much in the past.
And actually, in our strategic plan, it was really evident to us that if 2017 was going to be our 100th year, going back to 1917, in 1917 there were no troops no scouting in Monmouth County. So how did we become Monmouth Council with all these units? It was volunteers going to organizations, much like a school, a mosque, a church, and saying, we have a program. And that program can enhance your community, your church membership, your congregation, families, and more particularly, boys. Let us tell you about it. And from that, charters began to pull. And all of a sudden, so we're really doing the same thing. Out finding those places where there's a niche that is not served.
And a real key, Syed and Safed can attest to that, is the volunteer leadership. There's only a few of us on staff that work full-time for a local council, and the Boy Scouts of America is a volunteer organization, a volunteer movement, and so that's where our volunteer leaders come into place to truly deliver the program and work directly with the Scouts and youth members.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes Scouting unique is that it focuses on serving the community, but it relies on the community supporting it. And
Absolutely.
It's not a government business, never was, never would be. The men who founded Scouting saw the wisdom of putting the energy of individuals and their diversity and their different backgrounds and religions to a common goal. And that goal is to make boys scouts and scouts good citizens and leaders within their home, church, and community.
Let me ask, just for the information of my community.
Mm-hmm.
Once I have the unit in my Islamic Center,
Mm-hmm.
who own the unit?
Well, in the Boy Scouts of America, Syed, as you know, and for our viewers, it is a partnership with the local Scout Council and the charting organization, the Islamic Center, your school. It's a partnership with the local council, but the sponsor, the chartering organization, really does own and operate that unit. It approves the leaders. It brings Scouting in to help fulfill their mission. And what they want to do in their community, why they are there. So it really is a partnership with the local council serves as a resource and a support for that program, but it really is run through the local sponsor.
Respected imams and the president of the Islamic centers and the viewer and the parents, if you are watching this program, let me give you only 2 minutes when I say the quick rundown how to start the program. First, your commitment that you care for your youth. You are building the mosque is the priority. I know that every Muslim who came to this country, the first thing their target to build the mosque. Yes, I understand that, but praying for your worship to the God, any place you can pray. But if you don't have your youth on the mainstream and they are not the good leaders, you are lost. So building the youth should be the priority. So once you have the commitment that you wanted to have the Scout unit, pick up the telephone, call me 732-801-1283 or the local council like Safed, mention that you put your zip code and get the Scout executive and start the program. Once your intention is there, you need minimum 5 people. So Mr. President or Mr. Imam, you are there anyway. You could be the chairman of the unit program and you can ask one of your responsible youth leader who is active in those activities, who has a time, who has some commitment to sign up as a Scout leader or the Cub leader. Then you are looking 3 more people because 2 already there and 3 more. You can have as a Scout chairperson, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can have the position of a Scout chairperson and a Scout coordinator. And by virtue of that as a Scout coordinator, you become the member of that district where you register. So you have the voting right. Then how you get the more people as everybody knows, and I love this phrase, BSA. I asked the couple people in the crowd, what does it stand for, the BSA and the Boy Scouts of America? I said, no. You feel that this is a babysitting association. No, that's not. This is program for your community, for your youth. If you are interested, you have to put your efforts. So you need minimum 5 people. If the kids walking to the center and they wanted to join the scouting, and I asked the parents, could you be on the committee? And they said, I don't have the time. Then we excited the kids, and the kids wants to join the scouting, and the parents don't want to sign on the committee. I said, well, thank you very much. Kids, I'm sorry, you cannot join. This is the best way to handle it. Then immediately the father or mother say, no, I want, and you will get the people to on the committee. Once you are on the committee, then later on 3-4 training, you get the training and everything, and you will go. I'm receiving every day the telephone calls from the Alabama, Arizona, Chicago, that they want to restart the program. I cannot go every place. This is the same thing I explain on the telephone. So this is going to be documented on the YouTube, also on my Facebook, and on the other media outlet. So this is anything else you guys want to share before we wrap up, because we still have the time, but I wanted to give full
My only
time.
comment to a parent when they say, I don't have the time, I say, but your son will always be your son, but he's only going to be a boy for a few years. And this is a place where you can be with your boy, other parents, and actually you'll find yourself having more fun than you think the boys are. Just get involved. And those that do, like everything in life, if you put your mind to it and focus your heart on the goal, which is making all the boys, not just their own son, all the boys better people, then they'll get a lot more out of it than they ever thought they ever put in. It's an enriching experience, and I think God intended it that way. That's my heart.
I mean, I do counseling as well with various Muslim youth and family issues and family problems. And one of the things that keeps coming up, we're living together, yet we're alone. And homes are not homes. Homes become places where they're sort of boarding houses. And the internet and the cell phones, with all of the wonderful access they've given us to the world of information, they also have isolated us in many ways. And so the statement that keeps coming up in the conversations is, he doesn't talk to me and we don't talk to one another. And one of the things I found through the scouting program is that when especially fathers get involved with their sons, it establishes that commonality of experience and memory that they can share together. So it provides a space in which both can learn and appreciate one another in new ways and develop memories that are common. And that then will allow them, as father and son, as families, to be able to get through those hard times that we all face going through and developing together. And I think that that's extremely important, because you can't put a price on that. You don't want to say after 10 years or 15 years living with people in your home saying, I don't know who I'm living with. I'm living with a stranger. And scouting breaks down those walls of strangership and allows people to connect in a special way. And I can't tell you how many of the parents who were having major issues with sons. Teenage sons tend to do crazy things. And we don't remember, we were teenage sons once also. But they were able to resolve those issues and to minimize the craziness and to be together because of the connections that were made, even in something as simple as a single overnight camping trip. The walls begin to break down. And that common experience that is shared in God's creation, outdoors, with others of their faith community and other faith communities, doing things together, I think provides invaluable possibilities for this types of connection. So you're not growing with a stranger, you're not living with a stranger, you're living with someone that you know. and they know you and you know them in ways that were not possible because we living in boarding house times and times of isolation. So I really encourage parents, especially fathers, to get involved with the programs of scouting and to make time. Because you're going to have to make time if the issues develop in such a way, and the problem develops in such a way that now you have to seek professional counseling. You have to go and deal with issues of police officers knocking at doors because of delinquency type of issues. You're going to have to spend the time and the money then. So take the time and to do it in a positive and constructive way in which those common memories are established. And it will do wonders, I think, for the relationships going forward and strengthen the families, which will strengthen our communities and strengthen the society at large.
Lee, you want to add something to that?
Absolutely, Syed. I would say, scouting, as you can tell with our roundtable panel here, we believe so much in, in fact, it's the greatest youth organization worldwide here in the United States and in so many other countries throughout the world. And character development, leadership training, fitness, these are the tenets of scouting. And you cannot go wrong. Community service. These are the values that scouting helps to instill in youth and families, and it certainly makes a powerful difference in the lives of youth and families.
And all of those values are religious values that
Yes.
are common to all the faith traditions that I know of.
You like to share the recent big rally, 10,000 scouts getting gathered?
Certainly, Syed.
Share
Certainly,
with you.
yes. Here in New Jersey, coming up not this weekend but next weekend, is the New Jersey State Police National Guard Camporee. It's being held in Seagard, and we're expecting close to 10,000 scouts and leaders from all across New Jersey, also from New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, to come for the weekend for a fun and exciting weekend of scouting. Also to learn information about the New Jersey State Police and the National Guard. We're very grateful for their sponsorship. And this is the largest gathering of youth and leaders in the country.
In the
country this year. The Chief Scout Executive, Wayne Brock, will be attending, and will be visiting with all of our scouts and leaders. And also the theme of the Camporee is Messengers of Peace, which ties in to the worldwide Messengers of Peace program that so many countries are involved with, including the Boy Scouts of America.
Thank you. Anything else you'd like to share before I go for closing?
You go close. It's been a very quick hour.
Dear viewer, the Monmouth Council has a couple other activities which I will give you some highlights, and if anyone is interested, call the council or call me or Safed, and we will be happy to help you out. There is a 10 Commandments hike Friday, November 29th. And we'll discuss in the next roundtable what is the commandment hikes, because every council is doing that one. We just wanted to make an announcement. There is a couple other activities, Forestburg Scout Reservation, bus junket, date Wednesday, July 9th. I am going there. Even though that's in Ramadan, I'm going to fast my break there. So this is another activities, couple other activities from the different faith. And one of is gathering Eagle Dinner. This is the council activities, I believe.
That's right.
And the 4th annual New Jersey State Police you just announced. And there is a friend of mine who's from the Jewish Committee. He's also doing the council camporee. That's also on
this fall.
Yes, October 17. So these were the program from the Monmouth Council. And dear viewer, the National Islamic Committee and Islamic Council on Scouting is planning almost like 99% that have this is the first time nationwide jamboree, in commemoration the success of our more than 35 years, but is going to be in Dearborn with the collaboration with the ISNA convention. And I am getting a lot of good calls, because I am communicating with the internet, and the people are willing to, especially from the Houston. If Nadeem Islam is watching and listening, you volunteer, I thank you, and your other Suhail and couple other brother Khalifa, brother Weil, they are all committed. Wonderful. And we are going to break these things, because the idea is that every child should grow with their atmosphere, and there is Islamic convention over 35,000 something like
1,000 people to come out.
1,000 people, and once you are coming with your parents, whether you are a scout or not, but if you have willingness to join the scouts, you should join the Campuri also. So Saturday we are going to spend the full day for scouting activities, and the evening when you come, or the Sunday the program is not finalized, then we will celebrate our victory. And every child, as you know, the scouting give the patches. You will get the patch.
Yes.
So, and I will get also, but those attend, they will get the patch. Those not attend, we will not get, because I learned from the bit. Now, dear viewer, and thank you very much,
thank you,
our panelist,
and
we are going to have established the better communication. We tried our best to reach all the Muslim unit. Those are almost 100 units, but communication is very important. And I will read this quote again. As we see, without the communication, there is no relationship. Can I repeat again? Communication, there is no relationship. Without respect, there is no love. And without trust, there is no reason to continue. Let's pass the trust of love to other for understanding, to bring the peace amongst the human being. As a scouting ambassador through the Messenger of Peace program, which has been recognized globally. With this note, I will ask your permission and pray from the God that take care of you. And officially, this closing remarks by the roundtable coordinator, make a prayer and close with this his prayer. And inshallah, you will join me again next month, first Tuesday, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock on this TV. Thank you very much.
The Prophet, alayhi salatu wasalam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to say this supplication at the beginning of the month of Rajab, one of the 4 sacred months, Ashhur al-Hurum, with anticipation to Ramadan. So we conclude with that supplication. Allahumma barak lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa baligna ila Ramadan. Oh Allah, dear God, make the months of Rajab and Sha'ban, the Islamic months of Rajab and Sha'ban, a blessing for us, and allow us to reach the month of Ramadan in good spirits, so that we may entertain and receive the blessings of that month associated with the fast. With this dua, we conclude, and we hope that those of you who listen today will be able to be energized and hopefully become enthusiastic about joining the scouting program.
Once again, thank you very much, and let me take the opportunity to thank our staff, especially the production side, and Mr. Wasim Abbas, who is the producer of this program. He's watching from his home, and especially the chairman of the Al-Mahdi TV, Dr. Sakhawat Hussain, who is also interested in scouting. And with this, I pray for your safety, and until we met, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Okay.
It goes fast.
It goes fast.
But, we all are so infused with the scout spirit, it just goes
Yes.
right by. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed scouting so much as a boy. And I got out of college and married, and
I think we
scouting was
all
always there.
enjoy the scouting. That's why
That's
we are
right.
here.
That's right.
Well, I didn't have it as a boy, but I used to go camping in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just was.
When did you join?
Officially, when we started the troop.
Yeah.